There we go. Hey everyone, we're back with more of Outer Worlds. Okay, so we left off still in the geothermal plant. We got the corrupted logic module, whatever. We still need to do... No, that's Codex. Yeah, we need to return to Ludwig, but it's probably a good idea for us to go ahead and finish what we need to do here as well. Which is, yeah, divert power from the geothermal plant. We still need to decide what we want to do, if to give the power over to the deserters or to Edgewater. Okay, it's upstairs. Let's see. Why is that floating? Where is a way up? I don't actually know if doing any of those does anything, but I'll probably find out sometime. Yeah, still trying to figure out which one I want to do.
Look, I know you want your power regulator and all, but I just gotta ask you. Do you understand what you're about to do?
Let me hear your opinion.
I don't think you should cut off Edgewater's power. I think it would be cruel. I'm sorry. That just sort of came out all at once.
No, it's good to have your opinion as well.
We've been losing workers year after year, and corporate hardly ever sends replacements. There's barely enough saltuna to fill our bellies anymore. But the town's got some good people in it. Decent, hard-working folk just living their lives the only way they know how. They don't deserve to be punished.
Make good point. Are they going to dive out the workers' power?
Sounds like Mr. Thompson. If he was standing here, I imagine he'd remind us of how we're all one big, happy Spacer's Choice family. In Mr. Thompson's eyes, those deserters are still part of the Spacer's Choice family. The family must work together in order to survive. I hate to say it, but I think Mr. Thompson's got a point. Unless those deserters come back, Edgewater's as good as dead. Cutting off their power might be the only way.
So if we transfer power over to deserters, Edgewater dies, and probably a lot of its workers and such dies too. But if we give the power to Edgewater, not only would they survive, but deserters would come back and possibly help rebuild Edgewater to be better. Let me say about the community.
Miss McDevitt's built something beautiful. Somehow she's talked the ground into giving life again. It's plain to see she's made the Vale a better place. Fed the hungry, tended the sick. Gave a home to those that had none. But Miss McDevitt delights in Edgewater's suffering. She wants to hurt the town. Do you really want to be party to that kind of hatred?
They make valid points, you make valid points.
Sorry, I didn't mean to babble on like that.
If we do give it to Edgewater, then maybe the deserters might return back. Yeah, we like hearing from you.
Really? I mean, wow. Thanks. No one's ever told me those words in that order.
If we might be able to convince her to actually return back to this town, then maybe she can also do what she's learned over as a deserter and maybe help out the town that way. Redirect power. I think... Sorry, jeez. I felt a bit ill today. Let's redirect the power to Edgewater. We've made our decision.
I think you did the rightest thing you could, sending the power back to Edgewater. A lot of people would have suffered otherwise. People I care for, even if they don't care much for me.
I noticed you mention your dad a lot, but never your mother. Perception. Let's see if we have high enough.
On account of how I never met her.
You mean she's dead?
I don't rightly know.
Oh.
She was in another division of the Spacer's Choice family. She worked in the Vale a few months, sorting the cannery computers. Her contract said any kids she had, expected or not, belonged to her office from the time of conception. So when I was born, I got sent here.
Well, okay, then. Is that normal?
I don't know about normal. Dad said she worked under some kind of special contract. It's sensible. Dad just fixed machines. She did some kind of crazy math, high-level stuff. Better to raise me on his time than hers.
I'll ask you about,
You mean
like
about the
what?
mission being too clean?
It's supposed to be clean? It's a church.
I know, but Vicker says the universe is a
Wait, why are we
machine
worrying about him?
that runs
He's no
by
longer
law.
involved anymore.
Real machines
Not since we got
have
the book
gunked
from.
up oil, scratches, and worn bits. You can tell they've seen handling, been used by folk. The machine Vickers sees is one ain't never been run. It's not for people to live in. It's something on a museum shelf, under glass.
You're a mechanic. Whenever you see a machine, it's in need of fixing.
Fixing the universe is a job for somebody way better than the likes of me.
Well, let's get back to it. Yeah, we've made our decision. I don't think we have anything else we really need to do here. We need to convince the deserters to return. We need to go back outside so we can actually fast travel out of his location. But first, we should probably find that guy. The one that's kind of just somewhere. What was his name? Higgins? A receptionist. Smiles. And let's see, if you're real, where are you? Oh, there he is. Hey.
You're not real. You're not real. Get away from me, Phantom. Shoot. Scram.
No. I don't have high enough sneak.
You can talk? The Phantom's never talked before. Ugh, I knew I shouldn't have eaten that sprat raw.
Why'd you eat a sprat?
See? See, Higgins? This is why you must always boil your sprats before ingesting.
You're not imagining me.
Of course. Do excuse me. I experience brief flashes of mania during which I am visited by the phantoms of my imagination.
Alrighty then.
Chester D. Higgins. The D stands for definitely not insane. I use it as a reminder.
Back away slowly. I'll just be on my way. What is it you do here?
Higgins has been many things over the years.
And I'm
Sprat
talking in third
wrangler,
person.
Saltuna
That's not a
critic,
good sign.
Aetherwave personality, chairman of the board, galactic defender, Sisty Pig tycoon. I've come a long way for someone who started off as a simple engineer right here in this plant.
You're none of those things. How have you been surviving all
Jimmy
this
opened the
time?
vending machines. That lasted a good couple of months. Eventually, I had to resort to more unconventional means of filling my insides.
Did you eat people? It was like it's been banned for a while. What happened? Well, we kind
Mechanicals
of...
lost their bolts. Opened fire on anything that moved. It was pandemonium.
Yeah. And you weren't killed?
I was on cleaning duty at the time. My old boss had me scrubbing pipes when the killing started. So, as usual, I missed out.
Might have been a good thing you missed out. Mention being an engineer.
I specialized in automechanicals, drones, sentries. Repaired them, maintained, upgraded. Did it all from my old workroom just over in the next section.
You must know a way to stop them.
Look, I don't want to fall into any trouble with the mechanicals. If they wise up to our plans, they will come for us. With prodding irons.
I can protect you. I could deal with mechanicals. I made it this far, didn't I?
You know, you remind me of myself back when I was an intergalactic adventurer. I discovered a flaw.
You weren't.
Their hostility levels were hardwired to maximum. There's no changing that, but you could rewrite their targeting protocol so they attack each other instead.
Engineering 10. Mechanicals fault behavior to logical module. Someone tampered with it.
Yes, that's exactly it. I see you're also versed in the noble art of mechanical engineering.
We put a lot into
There's a
engineering.
behavior control terminal in the other room. It should have options to change how the mechanicals act, including whom they shoot at.
Okay.
Oh, that reminds me. You'll need my passcode to access the behavior control terminal. Here, let me just write it down for you.
What else do you
tail.
want to ask?
Definitely start with the tail. If you're feeling adventurous, the ears are a particular delicacy.
That's not what I meant.
Mechanicals lost
Oh,
their
we already
bolts.
asked this. I
Opened
don't know why I
fire on
accidentally
anything
clicked that.
moved. It was pandemonium. You mean, why did the mechanicals go on a murderous rampage? Same. I was on...
Okay, let's see about this other room. Where is it? Well, first, let me grab some of this stuff. Here we go. Modify behavior. Select new mode. Just remain in guard mode. Okay, let's select new target. Define intruders as mechanicals. Okay, it's been updated. And with that, that should be it for the mechanicals. Even though I think most of them are dead now. Sorry, but we've made our decision.
That's the thing about growing old. Your eyes start to fail. Elsewise, I would have seen you for the snake that you are, chopped you into pieces and roasted you on a spit. This is all you're doing. Cutting off my power, killing off my garden. Without refrigeration, my food will spoil, and my flock will starve. I want to ask you this in private, away from the eyes of my flock, so they do not see me lose my temper. Tell me, why did you do it?
Reed needs his people back.
You want my flock wasting their lives in that cannery? Fine. Go and talk to them. Go talk to Grace and Thomas. Look them in the eye and tell them their life here is over, and the only thing left to do is go back to Edgewater. This is now your responsibility. And you tell Reed Thompson that I will never return to Edgewater. I would rather die among my flowers than live under his management.
One deal of Reed for you. Being unable to come back to Edgewater. What happened to you, Adelaide? All this ink came from somewhere. Deal with Reed for you? Like make a deal kind of deal? Or as in John Wick deal with him?
You offering to cross Reed off, huh? This some
Okay,
sort
no,
of
that's
twisted
not what I
reparation
meant.
for
I don't
what
think it'd
you've
be the best
done?
idea for us to...
Or are you just looking for a chance to sow some chaos?
I do like
Kill
me
Reed
chaos,
if you
but...
must, or talk him into leaving if you can. He and I are not sharing the same four walls together.
Okay. Talk him into leaving. We might be able to do that. I need some help convincing him.
Tell Reed that I can make his people healthy again. I can end their plague. Start a new garden right in the cannery. 3 square meals for every man and woman in Edgewater.
See?
Tell him
Now
how
we're
I've
making
made
progress.
The vale bloom again. The soil has whispered its secrets to me, and I alone know how to breathe life back into the earth.
Okay, now you're sounding
The
crazy.
secret is human corpses. I've been grinding them up in my fertilizer for years. Marauder, worker, don't matter
I
much to
mean,
me.
okay.
The human body is rich with nutrients.
You think Val convinced Reed to step down?
I have got a means to cure the plague, and I will not share that cure until Reed leaves town. Those are my terms.
Okay. I want to ask what happened to her, but I think we might be able to try and convince him to leave. If we can do that, then maybe it was a good idea to bring the power to Edgewater. Because then we get the flock and her to Edgewater. If we get Reed to leave, then it would better the town.
My son worked in that cannery. When the plague started coming, he was one of the first to fall sick. We had a store of medicine locked away, but Reed refused to treat him. Said my boy didn't deserve treatment. Said the medicine would have been wasted on him. So I buried my boy in the cemetery, gathered my belongings, and left. That's as much of the story as you need to hear.
Fair enough. Okay. Wait, why do we have 3 icons? Convince deserters to return. Yep, remove Reed from Edgewater. Let me go and I kind of want to try talking to Tom. Let me just try and convince him to leave. If we could do that, that'd make things a lot easier.
This is a fine day, friend. Power flows through our town.
Oh,
like
Thompson, not
cool
Tom. I don't know why I kept
water.
calling him Tom.
I trust Adelaide's people have seen their way to reason. So, when can I expect them back at their posts?
Yeah, she won't come back as long as you're here.
Then we are at an impasse. Stewardship over this town has been entrusted to me by Spacer's Choice. I am not perfect. I have made my share of mistakes. But I have done my best for this town.
But the best for this town would be, yeah, a change of leadership.
I am a Spacer's Choice man. My father was a Spacer's Choice man. Edgewater may not look like much to some buttoned-up freelancer, but it is my home.
And your home's gonna die unless we get her here.
I don't believe you. Plague's a reality of life. Best treatment is a good work ethic.
I don't even know where to begin with that. It's anything but Saltuna. Of course you're going to get sick.
You are disparaging our parent company, and it is not appreciated. We are a Spacer's Choice Saltuna cannery. We eat Saltuna here, and only Saltuna.
Jeez. Yeah, you need her garden.
I don't understand. You say Adelaide's growing her own food, but that should not be possible. The soil's gone sour. Company said as much. Our own botanists couldn't grow decent crops for us, so the company got rid of them and shut down the greenhouse.
Persuade, yeah. Here we go.
You'll excuse me for being skeptical. How exactly is Adelaide growing crops in barren soil?
And a fertilizer.
Adelaide has been using dead bodies in her fertilizer? That's... Come to think of it, that's a stroke of brilliance. What a remarkably efficient solution. Recycling Spacer's Choice property long after its date of expiration. I was wondering about those missing bodies in Silas's cemetery.
Oh, they're from her, not the Marauders. Yeah, the town needs her.
So Adelaide wants me gone. Trade my life for the life of the town. You understand what she's doing.
I do.
If I leave town, I am as good as dead. If I stay, Edgewater will die of attrition. Adelaide has discovered some secret cure for the plague, and she is holding my town ransom.
This town can use all the help it can get.
If Adelaide's found a way to feed her people and cure the plague, then she deserves this office more than I do. I won't stand in her way. My life here is ended.
Peaceful solution.
Give me a little time to settle my affairs. I'm sure Adelaide will be glad to see the back of me.
This can't be easy for you.
I have always tried to do right by my town. It has never been easy.
What are
A
your
couple
plans?
months ago, I might have put in for a transfer. It's a big colony. Spacer's Choice has other towns. Now, I couldn't show my face in any of them.
Why not?
No such thing as an honorable resignation. Suppose I could find a place outside the walls, or put in for early retirement.
You won't last day outside the walls, you know.
I don't know. I could see myself lasting a week. I do. Adelaide's found a cure for the plague, and she knows how to tend to crop. She's what this town needs.
To be honest, I thought Top's would be a bit more of a douchebag, but he cares about his town. Okay, well, good luck to you, Topson. Let's go talk to Adelaide. Oh, and let's probably go talk to Ludwig real quick first. Luke should be just through these doors. Let's talk to him. Then to Adelaide. And that should actually be about it. Help the chairman and Mr. Clark defeat our foes. Two corporations joined together and formed the Halcyon Holding Corporation to buy the rights to Halcyon system. They sent out the first colony ship and I couldn't finish writing that. Mr. R want a refresher to be read or reread any journal. Well, I know that one already. Okay, let's talk to Ludwig. Last time we saw him, he was over here.
When I was little, we'd get...
Okay, we dealt with robots.
Never seen the Vale lit up like this before.
Found one at your farm plant.
Bang up work, soldier. You're a credit to your uniform. Oh, that reminds me. Gotta look into getting us a uniform. So this is it then. The key to humanity's victory over the mechanical horde.
We kind of already dealt with all of them.
I would reward you with the gratitude of the resistance, but I'm guessing you want something tactile. So here's a couple of bits for your trouble, and a little something to remember me by.
Take care. I think he gave us something called a shock stick. That's a weapon. Okay. Thank you. Okay, yeah, that's done. So all that's left to do is talk to Adelaide. Then once that's done, we get a power regulator and then put onto the ship and we're good to go. Mantisaur. We still never did find a Manta Queen. We know she's somewhere, we just don't really know where. Ah, come on, frames. Wrong doorway. Okay, he's gone.
Look at that. The snake's come back.
Seriously? He's leaving.
I never thought I'd see the day that Reed Thompson abandoned his post. Suppose we all have a breaking point.
For all of his mistakes, he really does love that
It's
town.
time our flock made our way back to Edgewater. We must tend to what remains of the town and carry on with our lives as best we may. You're vexing to me, you know? Injuring us with one hand, helping us with the other. Here, I'm giving you something to leave us be. It's a ransom, you understand, not a reward.
Board reputation decreased? Do I have a reputation with the board? Which one's better off you running this place?
You're telling me you did all this just to put me in charge of Edgewater? Stranger, you are some kind of twisted. I might turn that old cannery into a garden. Got ourselves a whole cemetery bursting with bodies. I need some time to gather my personals. Long walk back to Edgewater. Got a considerable burden to carry.
Take care. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Put a few into these, at least 5 to these, and then the last 2 we'll put into lockpick stealth and tech. Yeah, there we go. Okay, we get our perk. Base health would be good. Damage alone party. Armor durability loss. Companion crit chance. Size of magazine size. Damage per flow. Or flaw, sorry. Not flow. Base armor rating. Visual ammo stock on vendors. Carry capacity. You guys know I am still a loot goblin. I like to grab anything I get my hands on. And yeah, if that's done for that quest, all that's left to do is just grab this. Anything you want to say, or?
That was a good thing you did, Captain. Helping to bring the deserters and Edgewater folks back together. I hope you rest well on that.
Yeah, I do believe it was the best option. Okay, let's leave. And let's finally get out of here. Get the old unreliable up and going. Titus Androdicus?
Is this your ship? Oh my stars, she is just so handsome. Does she have a name yet? What's her drive model? Oh, gosh. Listen to me babbling. When I was in Edgewater, I dreamed of flying on a real ship, working on a real engine, belonging to a proper crew.
Do you want to
I'm
join?
the only decent mechanic Edgewater's got, but every time I think of going back, I get this sinking feeling.
Then join us. You didn't seem happy.
Oh, it's kind of you to say that. And you're right. I wasn't happy. I want to ask you something, and you can say no. But can I come with you?
Sure.
I could tend to your engine. I know my G-valves from my catalyzers, and I can keep your ship singing.
Yeah, we
And
could always
if you
use
ever
an
need a pair
engineer.
of eyes watching your back, I can do that too. What do you think?
Glad to have you along. Big cabin's yours.
I mean, thanks. You won't regret this, mister. Captain. I can call you Captain now. Ha! I got a captain.
Yeah, but we also have another person on board now. You. Hey.
Well,
I certainly am looking forward to flying on a ship named the Unreliable. I'll just head upstairs and claim a room. Yes, you caught me ruminating again. Guilty as charged. What's occupying your thoughts?
So that's in French. It is we find someone who speaks French in this colony. Oh
I've
yeah,
been
for your
thinking on
book.
that. There's a former infamous philosopher scholar who fled Terra 2 some years ago. He's an expert on Bakonu. He's also who told me of the journal's presence in Emerald Vale. If anyone in this colony could translate that book, it would be him.
How do we find him?
That's a good question. We should start on the Groundbreaker. It's where I'd go if I wanted to get off Terra 2. Great place to pick up a ride to Hephaestus, Scylla, even Monarch. All I need is access to a data cartridge from the security terminal. Their easily hackable system keeps a registry of all crew manifests for both arrivals and departures.
How will crew manifest track a Steiner Scholar
I'll
friend?
comb the last 6 months of departure manifests to track the Philosophist's off-world destination.
Okay, let's go.
Thank you, Captain.
Let's see about some upgrades and such. Does anything really need any repairs right now? Nah, most of them are good. We can't modify old reliable, sadly. Did I already put a mod on this? Yep, the magazine mod. What about sites? No. Okay. Shock or plasma? I don't know if I want to do plasma. Now, let's not do any of those. Well, we already have plasma and shock weapons. I don't really want to add to a weapon we already have it on, just in case we run into something that's resistant to one or the other.
Captain, I have detected that Edgewater's power supply is now optimal.
Sorry about that. Everyone had an important call I had to take. It took a few minutes.
Your willingness to invest your time in the local community.
Okay.
What can I do for you, Captain?
We had a power regulator.
Do you know how to install a power regulator?
Oh yeah, we have high engineering, so yeah.
Outstanding, Captain. Your aptitude for engineering will prove invaluable in the event of another catastrophic engine failure. Our engine room is located behind you, across the cargo bay, up the ladders.
Yeah, we saw when we first came here. So let's go get that going. And we could finally head on off to somewhere. There we go.
What can I do for you, Captain?
Let's head on off, yeah.
All systems are operating within acceptable parameters. I am prepared to bring the Unreliable into low-altitude orbit. This should prove an adequate test of our flight capabilities.
Just blows up right off the bat. Let's get out of here. Yeah, it's not the prettiest looking ship, and oh boy, yeah, it's got some issues. But as long as it works, eh? Fine with us. Now, where to next? Against all odds, the Unreliable takes flight. Burbage 3001 is programmed a variety of acting techniques, including classical method and procedural generated. Okay. What's a burbage? Armor reduced damage from your attack. Yeah, well, okay, that's already basic knowledge.
A communication request from Dr. Phineas Wells.
Ah, Phineas. Been a minute. Waiting to hear from him.
Ah, there you are. Hale and hearty, and captain of your own ship.
Hello,
I see
Phineas.
you're putting the Unreliable to good use. Shame about her former captain. Horrible way to die. How are you feeling, by the way? I lost track of you in that cave back there. Experiencing any unnatural drippage? Perfectly normal side effect of thawing, I assure you.
We can slow down time now. Also can slow down time.
Oh, that, yes, that's probably permanent. I wouldn't worry about it, though. I'm sure you're fine.
Sure.
What you saw in Emerald Vale is happening all across the colony. Food shortages, lack of supplies, and basic necessities. We're dying. The chairman, the minister, and all their lackeys on the board are to blame. The Hope has some of the brightest minds Earth ever sent us. If we can revive the Hope's colonists, they can help us undo the board's mistakes. They can help us set things right.
Okay.
You need to get to Stellar Bay on Monarch. I have contacts there. They'll help me, help us, find the chemicals to revive your fellow colonists. Gladys Kelly, lovely woman, runs a cozy little black marketing outfit on the Groundbreaker. She can get you a nav key to land on Stellar Bay.
Okay. I'll go over with Gladys. Why do I need a nav key to land on planets? Slow down, you're asking me to evolve with black market. Or I could put a couple ideas between me and Halcyon. Yeah. Why do we need nav key?
Strictly speaking, Monarch is a moon, terraformed badly, and almost completely lawless.
So basically it's Pandora. Okay.
Captains don't fly
The Borderlands
their own
one, not
ships,
the
you see.
one from
Your
Avatar.
navigation terminal handles the, navigation. Think of a nav key as a set of flight instructions. The board's been confiscating nav keys for Stellar Bay, so we must rely on unconventional means of acquisition. Hence, Miss Gladys Kelly.
Okay. Let's go over there.
Excellent. I'll send her a wireless. Let her know you're coming. By the way, I gave Captain Hawthorne a disguise apparatus of my own design, cutting-edge technology years ahead of its time. I call it the Holographic Shroud. I'm sure it will prove remarkably useful to you. You'll find it in the captain's quarters.
Oh. We'll put it to use. Thanks, man.
Excellent.
Probably
I'll contact
should
you
ask what it
once
is
you've
first.
found a way to get to Stellar Bay. If you have any questions, come see me in my lab. And remember, don't trust the board. They'll try to win you over with promises of wealth and power, but it's a lie. The board's only interested in filling their own pockets. If we don't put a stop to them, they're going to run this colony to the ground.
Transmission ended. If you are ready to depart, please select a destination on your navigation terminal.
Got it. Okay, first let's go... Whoa. Frame lag. Okay, let's go get the item from the quarters first. I didn't even know we had a captain quarters, so I guess ours now. Century stapler. Bin for transferring. Holographic shroud. Projects disguise you and your companions that gives access to areas, provide you have a correct ID cartridge for that area. Areas off limits on our personnel result in being tacked on site. Gotcha. Message for us. Hawthorne, unread. Bitford. Major Previous Message told me I'm mailing you a copy of my favorite cereal. Yada yada yada. Okay. Logs. Shrink array. No better. Ada remind me weekly check this log till I tell you stop. Why would you even ask me that? Point I saw actually with my two eyes a sublimely powerful weapon in Wells's lab, just sitting there for taking. The gray hair would look away for or forget about it maybe. I asked a smidgen more nicely. He called it a shrink ray, but wouldn't let me test that claim after I lost my temper. Said he was inspired to create a thing by the achievement of other scientists who dared to push boundaries of human knowledge and decency laws. The rumors of fantastical weapons like this one was that push boundaries of the mind and science cutting edge. But they were just stories, to be honest, laying eyes on Will's shrink ray firsthand is enough to make a fellow wonder if there's more to the rumors. Ooh, hold on. We might want to go to his lab then. I kind of want this weapon. Actually, I should probably also look at other stuff. Actually, probably look at these other archive messages. Who's Bedford? Wingman Bedford. Here's Alex. Please hear from your players. Alright, let's trouble. Whereas that has been a barn because anyone with a modicum DC rank would know it's a privilege to ignore our mysterious one friend. Drills placed him off scene last week. Mix up. Partnership. Spiritual place. Okay. Okay, what about not the these? And parallel some gosh slosh as bad lost hope on Groundbreaker. Really free drinks was okay. Silly eavesdropped on two Mardets yammering on about mad scientists some years back, who claimed he made a huge script about would change the fate of the colony like none of us had heard that one before. But here's the good part, the Mardets said the mad scientists kept yelling about the hammer's power or something similar. Strange weapon with special power created by a crazy lab coat? Sure fits the bill. We know one of the weapons that inspired Wells. I like our weapons. Multiple weapons, from the sound of it. Why? Why won't Wells just give Shrink Ray to me, blast him depths of the labyrinth on Tartarus and back? Let the record show a duty politics for shouting him down 5 times, but Architect be damaged just sitting there, neglected and gathering dust. I should have commandeered it and thanked him for asking without asking permission, or breaking expensive equipment when he said it wasn't ready yet. In fact, even if it were, he couldn't trust it to someone like me. What does that even mean, I asked? If I'm not trustworthy enough, I'd use it to wipe out the good, or working folks' conduct like some sort of moralist psycho. I'll admit to maintaining questionable associations by following a strict code of me, myself, and mine. What's not to respect in that? Exactly. Now I have to wait till Wells forgets or thinks he's misplaced. And meanwhile, I've been tracking down additional rumors pertaining to the other of these science weapons throughout Halcyon. Got to hold true, my next step will be to check with the black market merchants on a groundbreaker in Fallbrook. Looks like we got a lot of weapons we need to find. Okay. Gladius. Okay. Okay, we have the lab, Groundbreaker, which is... Okay, so Groundbreaker, Terra 2, which I'm guessing is playing we're on right now. Monarch, which is where we need to go. Can I even go to Typhon? No. Okay, so Groundbreaker for passage to anywhere. Monarch. Let's go to Phoenix Labs first. Because I really want the weapons. Look at the system map. Here you can see all the planets in the system, some special points of interest that you may have discovered. You can fly a ship to any location you have unlocked. Though some landing pays require sets of codes and keys before being allowed to land there. Move between planets considered extremely dangerous. All employees are encouraged to remain home or at work.
At Phineas's top secret orbital lab.
Okay, let's go ahead and get our quest going. Also got the codex. Okay, what was up to man? Oh yeah, that's for Groundbreaker. That one you also need to go to Groundbreaker, but I want to see about acquiring these weapons. Let's bring Pavarti. Never touch this. Random science equation, no. Rocks. Okay.
Hello? Can you hear me? Does this work?
Yeah, we hear you.
Oh, damn it. Blast, that's loud.
Was that all you wanted to say? That's kind of blocked
I'm
off.
just securing my ongoing experiments. And securing myself. Mind the mess. I haven't had a visitor since... in fact, I've never had a visitor.
Ooh. Can I take your weapon?
Oh, thank the law. Your skin hasn't spontaneously changed color. Potential side effect of the revival process.
Oh, I kind of wish it did. Imagine if we were just red.
Right. Welcome to my little habitation, such as it is. I've got caffeinoids, cysty bits, if you're into that sort of thing.
I don't know what those are, but okay.
Welcome. Make yourself at home. My secret hideout is your secret hideout.
So this is kind of our base of operations besides our ship. You pull me out of Hope. Yeah.
Not at all, my intrepid accomplice. I should thank you for tolerating my somewhat brusque manner. I only regret that I couldn't save more of your fellow settlers, what with being hunted by the board, and emptying my supply of necessary chemicals.
Yeah. Sorry, we need more of those chemicals. I want to rake up more people from Hope.
Of course. What's on your mind?
You're hiding behind bulletproof glass.
Oh, it's not you. I do experiments in that room. Some of them get quite scientific. The unexpected is to be treasured, but from a safe distance. Regardless, it's quite comfortable in here, you know. I have my beans, have my caffeinoids, plenty of toilet paper.
Fair enough. What else do we want to talk to him about? Don't you ever leave your lab?
Oh, goodness,
whoops.
no. I wouldn't survive 10 seconds in the blackness of the aether. Well, no, I imagine I'd last at least 12 seconds before I'd lose consciousness and die of hypoxia.
That's not what I meant. Do you have some kind of life outside work?
Life
Yeah.
outside work? No, of course not. My life is my work. For that matter, everyone else's lives are also my work. An entire colony's worth of lives are at stake. It's up to me, up to us to set things right. To answer your question, I'd rather stay right here in my lab. There's too much work to be done. The Hope's colonists won't revive themselves, you know.
Why are you surviving Hope's colonist?
Because we've lost our way. The board has a stranglehold over this colony, and we've all been conditioned into total obedience. The Hope is full of specialists, scientists, engineers, talented individuals like you. People who haven't been corrupted by the board.
Yet.
Unfortunately, the Hope's colonists have been frozen for decades, well past your shelf life, so to speak. No offense.
None taken, because it's still alive now. Yeah, you must solve the problem somehow.
You begin to perceive the truth. Yes, according to the board and their narrow-minded scientists, you should be a pile of organic sludge right now.
I don't think we are, so yeah.
10 years. That's how long the average human can remain in hibernation. You were frozen for decades.
Like
In
7
theory,
decades.
You never should have survived the revival process. But the conventional theories are wrong. You're living proof that it can be done. There's yet hope for the Hope. Get it?
But here, everyone on Hope is depending on us.
We'll do our very best to save them all. I'd best get back to work. I can feel my last dose of caffeinoid fading.
Okay, well. Bubbles. Hello. I have a little pig over here. And one that's dead. Cysty pig. Okay. And whatever that thing is. What else do you have around here? We'll pick up the gun in a sec. I'm just looking around. Take that. Do I need a coolant tank? No. At least not right now. I don't need a hoof. Reminder, mop up melted pig. Okay. Now we've seen these guys already. I don't need a lighter. Deadeye assault rifle. What's a hammersmith? Ours is 215. It's a long gun. Okay, so it's got a sniper. Not bad. And it's in pristine condition, too. It's definitely better than our hunting rifle. Definitely say that. I'll go and just get rid of this hunting rifle. If we need to do any sniping, we got that. Take those. I don't need this shiny servo. Terminal. We can bypass. To H. Blythe. Undetermined. Original message appended. I worked out. Explain details later. It will be difficult to reproduce. Need your help. All necessary materials should be present at Halcyon, but locations elude me. W. Associate. Dirt Side Terra 2 near Edgewater. They have a stake in my purpose, but trust him in only about 23% at present. For recovering a ship should be done in time. Just need to know where to send them. Let me know when you get this. Eager to be done. Okay.
That's my communications terminal.
Yeah, no, it's already been hacked. Do you have more papers just lying around? 14, remember this time, absolutely vital. 14, 14, 14. Okay, well, it's time for us to steal your gun. I'm just gonna steal this. Science Warp unique ones have strength travel effects. Science Warp's damage and the strength effects both increase as your science skills increase. Oh, nice. Josh, engineer, sure, bottom line, and fire rates are sky high.
I see you found my portable molecular compression device, better known as a shrink ray. Find a target, point, shoot. Your target will shrink down into a manageable size, whereupon you may commence beating them to a pulp. Feel free to try it on a marauder sometime.
Oh, we definitely will. In fact, let's take a look at the gun right now. Yeah, it's a science weapon. Okay, 47 damage, not the highest, but shrinks them. Special effect weaken. We'll give it a try. Next enemy we see is cool looking. Okay, I think that's all we do on this ship, so let's go ahead and head back on our ship and go to Groundbreaker. Because I think that's where we need to go for our next missions. Yeah, groundbreak for next science weapon, and also for security terminal to help find someone who speaks French. That's literally what our side quest is. Find someone who can speak French. Or, well, read French. Okay. Go. Groundbreaker, just a ship in the sky. Remains of Halcyon's first colony ship. Okay. Well, let's go there, because I'm guessing I go to Monarch, but I don't know where that is.